Welcome to Name 3 Songs. I'm Sara Feigin.
I'm Jenna, and this is a podcast where we take the piss and debunk music fan stereotypes. Because let's be honest, fangirls knew about that band way before you did.
This is Music Meltdown, where we talk about our personal stories as fangirls and some hot takes on hot topics.
Today, we have a fun episode. You probably already guessed what it is. Well, you already know what it is because of the title. But what are we talking about today, Sara?
Our Spotify Wraps are here, and it's super obvious. So
if you've listened to any of our music meltdowns in the past, you will not be surprised by what you're about to hear.
Well, you might be a little disappointed in me personally because one of my main music meltdowns is not even on my list this year.
So we're going to talk through our Spotify Wrapped and see what songs were our soundtrack to 2020.
So this is just like a live stream of us pretending that we haven't looked at this already.
Yeah, a live react pretending like we didn't already look at this last night.
Jenna, would you like to do the honors of sharing your Wrapped with everybody first?
I would love to. You know, it's funny when I open mine, it flashes up different photos of it flashes photos of different artists, but some of these artists were not in my list. Mm-hmm. So my photos were Youngblood, Donna Missile, Spacey Jane, and Lost Boy Crow. And then it's 2020 rap. Oh, also, if you're following along on YouTube, we're going to try to screen record and put these up there so you can watch along. But otherwise, right now, we're just looking at our phones. So let's start you off with a win. I discovered 1,310 new artists this year, even in 2020.
I'm really impressed.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I'm honestly genuinely impressed but I mean, you have an unfair advantage because of your job. So you have to listen to new music every day.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this is because of my job working at Musics, which is an app for sharing and discovering music with friends. So I get sent a lot of new music from artists that I would not normally listen to. And because I have my Spotify account connected, that's probably why this number is so high. I also listened to 625 genres this year, including 284 new ones. Also, didn't know that many genres existed.
Well,
what are these genres?
There was that website that you
everynoise.com.
Yeah, and that because that was the thing is at first when I saw that saw the numbers for that, I was like, oh, this is shocking. But then at the same time, I was like, oh, that website that Jenna had us look through a couple months ago. Yeah. I was like, oh, right, everything.
It's pretty insane, but it's just so many genres you would never think of.
Well, because there's subgenres of subgenres.
Yeah, and a lot of the music is labeled with multiple genres.
Yeah.
But my top genres were, a drum roll please. I think we're maybe surprised, but also not surprised. Number 1, pop. When we did the Obscurify episodes on Music Meltdown, pop was definitely not my number 1, but it is now, thanks to none other than, okay, well, we'll get there. Pop. Number 2, modern rock. Number 3, indie soul. Number 4, indie pop. And number 5, alternative R&B, which is the first time that I've had R&B on my top genres. And I will credit that to the music I've discovered this year, and the music I've discovered on Musics has definitely been a lot more R&B and soul leaning. So I did actually expand my genre palette, so to speak.
You're expanding your mind. I'm so proud. Unlike me.
All right, one song helped me through it all. Do you have any guesses, Sara?
Is it my ex's best friend?
It is indeed my ex's best friend. I think we knew this long ago when we did our MGK episode. I was like, this song is going to be my number 1 song of 2020, and it is. I'm not mad about it. It's a banger. Let's see. It says first streamed August 27th. Day with most streams, August 27th. 25th stream, September 15th. Total streams, 44. I feel like that's so low. That's so low for a most streamed song. I'm interested to see how many streams you had on your total. But we'll get
just there. Wait.
It's gonna be because 44 to me is not that many streams. I'm like, how could I only listen to something 44 times?
Well, because also because you are discovering music every day. I'm sure that it's less likely for you to have a song on repeat.
Yeah.
So I think for you, 44 is good.
Yeah, that's true. I do listen to so much that it's less concentrated, put it that way.
I was looking at Instagram stories and everybody's sharing, and so a couple of people had in the 6 digits of how many minutes worth of like time if they've been listening to music this year. And I'm just like, I feel like my music intake has gone down so much because I have nowhere to go. And it's just kind of sad.
You would think it might have gone up.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. But I guess because like I'm in a
I wonder if it's counting podcasts in those minutes or not. Because podcast is taking away from the time you would normally be listening to music.
true. And also though, I listen to most of my podcasts on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, okay. See, I listen to mine on Spotify, so mine are like included in this Wrapped thing.
Well, this is well, I have some included. I listen to some podcasts on Spotify and some on Apple, but it's because some I'm like on Patreon for, and they have like the Patreon feed, and that's on which is like no ads, so it's on Apple Podcasts for that.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. This is why I use Last FM since 2007 because it doesn't matter what app you listen to music on, it counts everything. So for those who listen and don't use Spotify, you should go to Last FM. We're not sponsored, just me being a live journal child. I've been using Last FM since I guess I was 15 years old, and it keeps track of all of your streams from everywhere.
Okay,
So you
we'll
don't
have to do an episode of Sarah's Lost FM account.
Oh my god, that would be
A trip.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
So I have my top songs of 2020. Number 1, as we said, My Ex's Best Friend. Number 2 also goes to MGK with Bloody Valentine, which is funny because this was not my favorite song at first, but it grew on me. And I think I was listening to the singles a lot leading up to the album release, so that's probably why that one is so high. Number 3, I am very happy to report is Cotton Candy by Youngblood because I am still obsessed with this song.
It's so interesting that your top 5 songs are all songs that have come out in the past like 4 months.
Yeah, that is true. I'm trying to think like what did I listen to at the beginning of the year? I don't even know. I don't even know what I listened to pre-pandemic. Okay, well we'll look at the top 10 and see if that's any different.
I realized today that Halsey's record came out this year. Like that one with the cool, I don't even remember the name of the freaking album, but like the one with the cool photo of her on the cover came out this year. I'm like, what?
That's crazy. A lifetime ago.
Truly.
Number 4, Grim Mary by 1990 Nowhere. One of my favorite bands, which if you've been listening along, you may or may not be familiar with them. It's a super group of Osprey Crow, Oliver the Kid, and Armors. So I'm happy to see them on here because they're a small little indie band and you should go listen to them. And then number 5, we have Surprise by Kevin Crowder because this is a record I had on repeat when we went into quarantine and like, well, I think right around that time, I was obsessed with this record a lot. Very indie, very, I would say emo indie, but not emo as in the genre, emo as in
Sad Boy.
Sad Boy. Yes, thank you.
Wait, so who are your top 5 artists?
It hasn't gotten there yet. I think that's the very last one.
Duh.
Now it's doing podcasts. In total, I spent 1,856 minutes listening to podcasts. My top 1, Ghost of a Podcast for all your astrology needs. Number 2, Muses, one of our favorite podcast discoveries this year. Number 3, Us. And the rest, I've listened to like 1 episode. So clearly I don't listen to like a ton of podcasts, but I have been binging that Muses podcast.
My favorite discovery from doing research for this podcast.
I listened to 4 episodes in 1 day. Wow, marathon. I'm a pioneer. Oh my God, thank you so much. I listened to Grim Mary before it hit 50,000 streams. Okay, I feel like this is not hard to do. Like, if you just know indie bands, it's not hard to listen to songs before they hit 50,000 streams.
Yeah, true.
Plus, or if you're just a fan of any artist and you're like, listen to it right when it comes out, it's not that hard.
I just want to know which band they tell you you're in like the top percentile of.
Oh, yeah. It also said I listened to the 2000s decade more than other people, which is probably makes sense with like One Direction and like 1975 stuff. No, that wouldn't have been.
I just don't know what they mean by the 2000s. Like, do they mean 2000 till 2009?
I know, right? Because then I don't know why that would be my top genre. So my top artist, Machine Gun Kelly, no surprise there. I was in the top 2% of their listeners this year. That's as far as I got.
Which is it's honestly impressive though, because again, we've only been listening to him since August.
Yeah. Points have been made. And this data is only collected up until October 31st.
Oh wow. I mean,
it's January 1st to October 31st. So
oh my God,
this is embarrassing for all of us.
It's even more embarrassing now.
So it's August, September, October. So literally 2.5 months of us
Not
listening to
even
Machine
since
Gun
August
Kelly.
27th till October 31st.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
basically 2 months. But like if he has like, I don't know how many listeners he has. If he has like a million monthly, obviously he has more. If he has 10 million monthly listeners and I'm in the top 2%, that would be like 500,000 or something. He has 17.5 million monthly listeners.
Okay, so what does that make you? Okay, so you're 350,000.
Okay, I'm offended. I'm offended that I'm in the top 350,000 listeners of Machine Gun Kelly because I feel like I should be a lot lower in that group.
Just wait until how offended you are when we go through mine.
When we
Just
get to
wait.
Sara.
Just wait.
Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Just you
Cliffhangers for everyone.
wait.
It says I've spent a total of 691 minutes listening to Machine Gun Kelly.
Wait, just specifically Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah. Which how
Brilliant.
many hours is that? 600 divided by 60 is not like 100.
Okay, so 691
91 divided
divide that
by
by
60.
60. That's 11.5 hours.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
That's not that bad. I'm still just
Suitable.
waiting to be super embarrassed.
Okay, so I listened to a total of 2,412 artists this year, but these are my top 5. Machine Gun Kelly, as we said. Number 2, I'm very proud to say, Charlie XCX. I had that album on repeat forever. Beautiful album. I am personally offended none of those songs made it to my top 5 songs, but it's okay because she's number 2 artist. Then we have Kevin Crowder. As I just mentioned, I had his album on repeat for a very long time. Wrapping it up with Miss Dua Lipa and Mr. Harry Styles. A round of applause for
So
me
proud.
really coming in with the pop bangers this year. I mean,
Honestly,
there were so many good pop records that were released this year.
I know that is true. I don't know. It's just funny. This whole thing is hilarious. Also, as I was saying before with the last FM plug, for any listeners who feel left out because they don't have a Spotify unplugged, I can't fix it for this year, but I can fix it for next year by just having you go onto last FM and using it. Because then when everybody's doing their dumb Spotify thing with the ugly ass graphics, what drunk person chose this color palette this year? I'm big mad about that. You can post your last FM thing, which is way nicer to look at. If I'm gonna be honest.
You'll
So
have to show me how to do this later.
yeah, I'll teach you about it. And there's like a community and stuff, so you can make friends. And it was really fun when concerts were a thing because you could like see who was going to similar concerts to you, and you could like message them and like make friends and like meet up with people and stuff. So
Whoa.
it's quite fun. I tried to flirt with a boy that on Last FM when I was a teenager, and I think he wound up being a catfish. So I'm glad.
When you were a teenager or like last year?
No, when I was like 16.
I feel like that's something you would do now.
It is something I would do now, but it's
Okay, your turn.
so this is the one thing. The starting graphic is Louis Tomlinson, One Direction, Halsey, and then I think The Academic, and it's playing Miss You. So it's like leading me to believe that I'm a fucking mess still to this day, because as I've already stated in our Obscurify thing, Miss You was my top, or yeah, I think it was Obscurify, was my top played song 2 years running in a row.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way, because I did. It was a lot for me to unpack. I literally yelled.
That was some clickbait. Spotify coming through the clickbait.
Super clickbait. Okay. And so now it says, I've discovered 287 new artists this year, which honestly for me, I'm like way impressed.
Branching out of your shell. Coming out of your cage, and you're doing just fine.
But I also want to know if it's just like, if it's actually 287 new artists, or if this is just because I like made a One Hit Wonders playlist to listen to with my family, and I've never listened to those things before.
True.
So it's like, was I actually expanding my horizons, or was I just being me? I will never know, unfortunately. Oh, genre list. This is funny. Okay, I listened to 186 genres this year, including 70 new ones.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'm no Jenna. But my this is super on brand too. My number one is pop music, which I also like don't know what, like, is Machine Gun Kelly classified as pop? I don't know.
Good question. I
Like,
feel
I
like
don't know if
this
that's one of the
record
20.
might be.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's one of the like 20 genres that they clicked on when they uploaded the album on the Spotify.
True.
But my second is pop punk. which which
brand.
also like it's just crazy because like I haven't been listening to as much music as I normally would this year, but I have been listening to a lot of music. But I feel like the past 3 months have vastly like changed this because of Tickets to My Downfall. I've been listening to like radio on Spotify based off of songs from Tickets to My Downfall.
Yeah.
So I've just been like on this, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love pop punk music. So, and then number 3 is modern rock, 4 is rock, and then 5 is dance pop, which I feel like is just Dua Lipa, but I don't know.
Probably.
Because I did listen to that record for like 2 months straight. One song help you get through it all. Which song is that, Jenna?
My ex's best friend.
Yep. We have so much in common.
Yeah, I blame Sara for skewing my Spotify results this year, but not really because I'm not mad about it.
So my first stream was on August 28th because I just watched the music video for a whole day before.
I discovered it before you, Sara.
The day with the most streams was September 1st. I wonder what I was dealing with then. My 50th stream was on September 27th. And wait for it. Total streams is 74.
Okay. Like, still not that much either.
Yeah, but it was only 2 months.
I guess.
And I've been listening to the whole record. So I think that, but this has like the single artwork. So I'm curious if this is like only
Only
taking
the
it
single?
from the single or if it's taking it also from album plays.
Good point. I feel like it's only the single.
That's what I feel like because
Because
it's not.
my Bloody Valentine one, that's funny. My Bloody Valentine. It's the single artwork as well.
Interesting. But yeah, so that's really interesting because my number 2 most played song is Bloody Valentine, and it's the Tickets to My Downfall cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There must be a difference.
And so number 3 is Watermelon Sugar. So
Hey.
I did sneak in something other than Machine Gun Kelly, but then
I'm mad that's not on my top.
number 4 is Title Track by Machine Gun Kelly, and number 5 is Kiss Kiss by Machine Gun Kelly. So
The worst song on the album, Sara.
yeah, but I think it's because it's the 3rd song. So I probably like start the album and I get distracted and then I turn it.
Probably.
Because I would think that Hangover Cure would be on here because of how much I've listened to it, but I think that it might have dropped post this getting done. I don't know. Yeah, and so then my top podcast was Muses, of course. It says I listened to 13
Shout out
episodes.
Shanti and Lynx.
But I feel like I listened to more than 13 episodes, so maybe I might have started listening on Apple Podcasts. In total, I spent 1,028 minutes listening to podcasts this year, and now it's going to tell me that I listened to our podcast too. Yeah, so it's and this just proves how much I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. Because number 1 is Muses, number 2 is us, number 3 is Jamila Jamil's I Way, and then number 4 is Pause It Play It. So, hey. Our friends. And then I listened to the Miley Cyrus interview on Call Her Daddy. So Call Her Daddy is on this, which is offensive.
Speaking of Pause It Play It, gonna plug our episode really quick that comes out this weekend with Matt and Josh from Pause It Play It. It's a crossover. We're also on their episode for This Must Be My Dream. It's a fun one. Go listen to both.
So that's interesting. And it just keeps being like, you love Muses. It's like you listen. Oh, I only listened to 3 episodes in one day. Wow. Oh, and then I love this thing where it's like, you're a pioneer. And it's like, I listened to.
Is it a Machine Gun Kelly song?
No, it's Timeless by Seagirls.
Seagirls.
But for some reason, the album artwork's not there. But I listened to it before it hit 50,000 streams.
Oh.
I'm just like, that's not even a single. So, like, that's really not that big of a feat. But whatever. Oh, now it's like, since time wasn't real this year, I know it was the 2000s because that's what's on my One Hit Wonder playlist. But my most played song on that is Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. And this is specifically because when Joe Biden finally was announced as a winner, I bungee corded a Bluetooth speaker to my bike and I blasted Party in the USA. And I
how many times?
I don't know, probably at least 10. I biked for probably more than that, actually. I biked around the neighborhood for like 30 minutes. So however many times, so probably 10 or 12. Yeah. However many times it could be played. And I only got dirty looks from like 2 neighbors. And one neighbor was like, woohoo. but I was jealous of all my friends partying it up in New York City. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna make my small town be like small town, like small house community, whatever you want to call this.
Neighborhood.
Can you tell I've never lived in a rural area my whole life? Like, what do you call an area with houses?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay. Also, I don't have any house plans. Guess who your top artist of the year was? Let's guess. I do like that Seagirls are an option, but I know that that's not right. Like, you truly know yourself. Of course I do. Should we do a drum roll, or do we not even need to fool these people into thinking they have no idea?
I think
So
we all know.
my top artist is obviously Machine Gun Kelly. I was in the top 0.5% of listeners.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna do the math. 0.5 or 0.05?
0.05.
Oh my god. Okay. So this number isn't entirely correct because I'm just like multiplying it based on his monthly listeners, which is not his total listeners, and that's what that number would be.
Yeah.
But since he hasn't posted it, we don't know. So just going off his monthly listeners, that means you would be in the top 8,750 people. So like if Machine Gun Kelly had a concert with only the most dedicated 8,750 people, you would be there.
2 months. 2 months.
And that is 2 months of listening to Machine Gun Kelly.
My favorite thing though was I saw the Amazons quote tweeted somebody who was in the 0.001% of top Amazon's listeners, and they were like, "What the hell? How is this even possible?"
Oh my gosh.
So
I want to know what that number is.
yeah, I'm like, that's really impressive. So yeah, so I listened to 539 artists this year, so that's really not that impressive.
And Machine Gun Kelly was all of them.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly was all of them. Let's see, my top artists. See, my top artists make me sound cooler than than I am. My top artists are Machine Gun Kelly, Girls, Harry Styles, Dua Lipa, and Sam Fender.
Hey.
So I want to make out with all of them.
Not that far off from your Obscure Five when we did that earlier this year.
I know, but this is what I'm saying is since
Can you
August,
believe
my taste in music has not done any better.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sara has a very specific brand.
Yep. Thanks for sending all 67 months of 2020 with us. Oh my god. Did I do my top songs? Yeah, I did. I was like, what were my top songs?
They were all Machine Gun Kelly except for one.
All Machine Gun Kelly except for one.
So we could go to our like the top 2020 playlist and like read off 5 through 10 or so.
Yeah, and that's also interesting because a different Louis Tomlinson song is in my top 10. Wow. Wild times. I don't know.
Wait, the Machine. Hold on, I'm looking for like Machine Gun Kelly's like album artwork on this list. Ooh, it doesn't. It's not until Drunk Face, which is my favorite song, but it's like a ways down.
That's interesting.
So I didn't listen to that record as much as I listened to the singles. Okay, so we are going to our top songs 2020 playlist to give you a bit more insight beyond our top 5. You may remember mine was Ex's Best Friend, Bloody Valentine, Cotton Candy by Youngblood, Grim Mary by 1990 Nowhere, Surprised by Kevin Crowder. At number 6, we have So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings by Caroline Polachek. Sara, did you listen to this song ever?
No, you're so much cooler than I am.
This song is amazing. How have you not listened to it? Oh my
because
God.
I don't.
You're missing out. So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings?
You just have to make me play. I'm not original.
Sara, you're so hot, you're hurting my feelings right now.
How kind of you.
Number, I guess, 7? Claws by Charlie XCX.
Nice.
As I mentioned, big fan of her record this year. Number 8, another 1990 Nowhere song, Water Gun. Number 9, Kenny Hoopla, who Erica
nice.
Campbell just shouted out on our Band of the Week in 30 seconds or less. Then number 10, another Kevin Crowder song. And I'm just going to go a little bit further. Number 11, I Think I'm Okay, Machine Gun Kelly and Youngblood. I thought that one would be higher than Bloody Valentine because I had that one. I really liked that one. The next one is Bando by Anna, which is an Italian artist, which is like, this is like a huge song in like Europe and Italy. And it's like it's a banger. It's a club song. I had that one on repeat a lot. Then we have Watermelon Sugar High at number 13. And I'm just going to go to 15 here. And the next one is Race Car by a dude called Deaton Chris Anthony, who's like a really cool producer, and like he produces really interesting sounding music. And it was like featuring Clairo and like some other artists. And I'm really surprised this song hasn't blown up more than it only has like 4 million streams or something. And I just thought this song would be huge because of like Clairo being on it. And then number 15, we have Bring Me the Horizon. Because I revisited my Bring Me the Horizon phase this year.
That's very eclectic taste, which I'm like very impressed with, honestly, because mine is not. So I'm going to let you guys in on how basic Sara I was this year. So as we already went through, we have 4 Machine Gun Kelly songs and 1 Harry Styles song in my top 5. And then Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Closer by Seagirls, and then shocker, Kill My Mind by Louis Tomlinson, not Miss
Ooh.
You. I don't
Ooh.
I don't know what
Shaking it up.
I don't know what I was smoking, but at least he's up there in my top 10. Then we have Concert for Aliens by Machine Gun Kelly, Hypersonic Missiles by Sam Fender. I think is that yeah, so that's 10. I'll go to 15. Why not? And then we have Violet by Seagirls, and then Miss You by Louis Tomlinson. So that is my 12th most played song this year, which like is
Interesting.
I just feel like I've disappointed my main man.
Yeah. What do you have to say for yourself, Sara?
I mean, at least he got the gold medal 2 years in a row, and, like, I feel like that doesn't happen that often.
Yeah. He still
Um,
holds a special prize.
yeah, and then, of course, Forget Me Too by Machine Gun Kelly and Halsey, and then Lights Up by Harry Styles. I feel like that was 15, maybe it wasn't, and then I have, like, Sea Girls and Louis Tomlinson, but it's just funny because like, it takes till, like, 30 for it to be another song, which is Swim for Your Life by The Pale White. So, like, another artist that's not Dua, Harry, Louis, Machine Gun Kelly, or Sea Girls,
Oh my
or Sam
goodness.
Fender. So,
Dua
uh,
Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, that's my number 20 song. And then I have 1975 at number 21, You and Me Together song. Me and You Together song.
interesting. Yeah, like after
So they did make
30,
it.
I sort of branch out, but also like every fifth, like third song is either Harry Styles or Machine Gun Kelly. So yeah, it was super on brand. I feel like this is really funny. I'm just happy that nothing that my dad's been listening to showed up on here.
True.
Because that would have been bad. Slightly annoying. But yeah, I feel like I am not at all shocked or anything like that.
I feel like Spotify Wrapped is always like airing out like all your dark secrets and like who you really are. It's always on brand.
it's always on brand. I feel like this year it aired out nothing, but I think it's because we have this podcast now, so I have no secrets anymore. Um
My secret is that I'm so like I'm an alternative girl. I wear Doc Martens and leather jackets, and then my top genre is pop, and it's all pop artists.
It's like that Avril Lavigne video where she's like, "I'm not punk. Saying you're punk makes you not punk. It's more punk to say you're not punk." It's like
Meta.
it's my favorite video in the whole world.
Hella meta.
I think I need to expand my horizons.
Yeah, if you guys have song recommendations for Sara, come find us on Twitter and let her know so she can discover some new artists next year.
Yeah, please. I need to fully broaden my horizons because
Sara,
I don't
if
know.
we're doing this a year from now, I wonder who we're gonna discover who
If when we're
is
going to
gonna
be doing
take
this a year from
Machine
now,
Gun
and a
Kelly.
year from
Okay.
now, Halsey's gonna be our best friend.
Okay, yes. But also who is gonna take Machine Gun Kelly's place?
I don't
Like, I just mean like not that he needs to be replaced. I'm just like, imagine if we discover an artist in August and he's our top, or she or them is our top artist. Who's it gonna be?
That's the thing. Like, who's gonna come out of left field and shock me?
Yeah.
I think this is my prediction
Who
for
is Sara gonna fall in
2021.
love with?
My prediction for 2021 is that Louis is going to drop his Brit Rock record that I've been writing him letters about every day.
Oh.
I think that Dua Lipa is gonna come out with like some weird like 80s album.
She already did.
It wasn't really 80s.
It was new age 80s. She
Like,
came out with 2 albums technically. She has Club Future Nostalgia too.
oh right, I forgot about that. Maybe Dua's gonna go to sleep for a little bit.
Did anyone listen to Club Future Nostalgia?
I was like really excited about it, and then I forgot it was happening.
I feel like a very specific type of person listened to it.
I don't know. I think also I'm trying to think like who should we have? I feel like Lord's gonna drop an album next year.
Oh my god, if we'll see. It'll be the day.
I feel like she keeps, like, appearing out of nowhere. I don't know what to expect. Like, I literally don't know, like, what can beat Machine Gun Kelly deciding to go pop punk. Like, I have not a clue.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. That's the exciting part. Oh, 1975 dropping Drive Like I Do.
Maddie Healy
Mhm.
will never.
Yeah, he will never. Probably,
will
like, on his
never.
grave. He's gonna, like, release it.
But I feel like if he did, that might be my tickets to my downfall. That might be
Exactly. I'm saying
a
if he
pun.
did. Oy. Machine Gun Kelly really did good with that one.
Or Machine Gun Kelly's just gonna, like, drop another one where he has even more
Yeah,
more
he
features.
might. He's, like, being a little, risky.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
not
don't
the
know.
word.
I feel like he might do me a solid and next August drop another pop punk album where he features Ace Enders from the early November and then I will die.
He might.
I'll
It could
just
be in the
combust.
cards.
Or maybe he'll become best friends with Harry Styles and we'll get Harry Styles to do a pop punk song with him.
No. No, 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 no. That feels wrong. That feels not good.
Maybe he'll become best friends with Louis Tomlinson and they'll drop a pop punk song together.
There we go.
Jenna, who do you think is gonna drop a bad all-time low song next year?
Oh, wait, I heard one, like, today.
So Jenna and I have this hypothesis, which is that there are lots of songs that have been created over the past like 5 years that are songs that should be all-time low songs, but if they were all-time low songs, they would be bad. But because they're not an all-time low song, but they sound like an all-time low song lyrically, they're good. A la Miss You and Hate You by Miley Cyrus.
Hate Me.
Hate Me
Yeah.
by Miley Cyrus. Those are both songs that, if written by Alex Gaskarth, would be bad.
If sung by Alex Gaskarth.
If sung by Alex Gaskarth would be bad. But they were in fact secretly written by him, and that's why they're good. I think that Jawbreaker would be a bad all-time low song.
Offended because okay, that is actually, you know what? That's fair. I don't know title tracks. It reminds me of that one where it's like DJ play my song. It's off so wrong, it's right.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Oh shit. But yeah, it feels like something that Alex Gaskarth would write and be like, "Oh, I'm being so smart with these like alcohol drink puns." I think that also a lot of the songs on Tickets to My Downfall feel like "Long live the reckless and the brave."
Oh,
Like I think that they have that sort of vibe, but because of Machine Gun Kelly, they're good. But if it was Alex Gaskarth, it'd be bad.
okay, yeah. Kiss. What is it? What was it? Jawbreaker definitely sounds like it could be on So Wrong It's Right.
Yeah. Anyway, if you do use Spotify and you want to judge us and let us judge you back on what your top 5 most listened to songs / artists were, hit us up. We're very responsive in the DMs. We love friendship. Yeah, and we're also TikTok famous now, so you should go follow us on TikTok. Meaning that we can.
You're missing out if you're not seeing our TikTok content.
Yeah, so come harass us on social media. It's at Name3Songs everywhere, and then I'm at Sara_Feigin on Twitter, and Jenna is at Jenna_million. So come give us all of your scoop on your Spotify if you're not too embarrassed about it. And if you don't have Spotify and you use Last.fm, hit me up. Although my username is really embarrassing because it's from like it was my LiveJournal username, so it's like Miss Sara O, and I don't know why. So
I think we do.
No, because I didn't even know who the main was when I made my LiveJournal.
Okay.
Like it's just like 5 A's and an O. I think that somebody gave me a nickname that wasn't a nickname, and I don't know why. So that's embarrassing. Anyway, if you want any Last FM details, let me know.
Slide into Sarah's DMs for the Last FM
DMs.
details.
I'm always available. I'm super online. So we hope you had fun listening to us completely devolve into nonsense by going through our Spotify rap playlist. And thanks so much for joining us on Name3Songs. Until next time, never let anyone make you feel bad about your favorite band.
And remember, you're never too cool to listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
And don't forget to subscribe to be notified when each episode comes out, and leave us a 5-star review. They really help.
If you want to see our Spotify Wrapped screenshots or videos, check them out on name3songs.com.